Apparently, I've been gifted a free movie to review. Why not? I'll take the advantage of watching this. Ought to be intriguing to see what this movie is all about. So, that was something. I feel like it's going to be really difficult to try and describe what I've seen, but I can give it a try. So The Doors Between Us is an independent movie from Janky Jank Productions where a group of 8 people are locked inside a house in 4 separate rooms with 2 people in each of those rooms as they have to try and speak with whomever, as they have to survive with whomever they're stuck with, but also trying to figure out how do they get out of this house and who set them up, and see if they can try and survive descending into madness where told you it wasn't easy to describe this movie. Without going way deep into spoilers, there's just so much to discuss about this. Even I question, like, how the story is laid out. I'll try and avoid talking about the spoilers, but it's not going to be easy. What's interesting about this is how there's, like, a certain scenario with whomever they're stuck with. Like, there's one of the victims that's locked inside with some guy in a tub that talks like Jar Jar Binks. You've got one dude who's locked in with a guy who does drugs, a religious Christian woman with a religious Catholic woman, and a guy who is cross-eyed with a woman whose head and hand has been bandaged. I just don't know how to describe this whole movie. This is the definition of insanity. This movie is almost on level with it being like The Room or The Christmas Tree. Like, it is that crazy. But while those movies are so bad it's good, this movie, I just don't know. Should this even be thrown in there with these two? Would this be something that Mystery Science Theater 3000 would riff upon? The answer to those questions and more will never be answered. What I can say about the storyline is it's got a good setup. I like how it's all laid out. I mean, strangers locked inside a house and they have to find a way to escape whomever has set them up, locked them in there, and these terrorists that are guarding the place. Like, that's a good setup. I like something like that. This feels like a movie that could use a little bit more refined tuning. Like, there could be more to the ending that would be intriguing to see. But I'm guessing it's probably because, like, the film wasn't scripted at all. They were just like, so make up the dialogue along as you go. I just don't know how else to describe this movie. This movie is like the definition of bizarre and insanity. The only way I can even give a verdict for this movie is just gather a bunch of friends around, put this movie on, and grab some alcohol and just watch it. Not in a negative way, but it may add more experience to it while drunk, because really, how else are you going to describe this movie? Because Doors Between Us, At this moment, without having to view it another time just to gather the whole entire mind up, it's definitely one of those movies that is worth watching if drunk. Excuse me while I go take a shot. But, yeah. At this moment, I can't say if you have seen The Door Between Us because this movie is not out yet. I wasn't lying when I said that I got an advance copy of this movie from the director himself. So, all I can really do is just promote him. He is on YouTube under the name Janky Jank Productions, where he does stand-up, he's done comedies, he's kinda dabbled into game reviews, and he runs a podcast called Movie Catheter, available on Apple and Spotify, wherever you get your podcast from. I've also been told that this movie is being submitted to film festivals, but it's unknown what the schedule is at the moment, so all I can say is take a look at your local film festival schedules or watch Janky Jank Productions and he'll put out some information about the movie. But I'll end it here. I'm the Ferb Guy and... what the hell did I just experience?